Episode 1. What you learn if you study computer science. You're sitting in your first lecture, surrounded by students who all kind of look like they already know what they're doing. On the projector screen, Intro to Computer Science. And in that moment, you realize, this isn't just about fixing Wi-Fi or building websites. It's about learning how the digital world around you actually thinks. Brain Year 1. Speaking to the machine. You start by learning to think like a computer, literally. It's called computational thinking. You take big problems and break them into smaller ones. Your first real programming language might be Python, easy, powerful, and beginner-friendly. You'll write your first program. It doesn't do much, maybe just print, "Hello, world." But in that moment, you get hooked. You learn variables, loops, conditions, the grammar of machine language. How to give the computer clear, logical instructions. How frustrating one missing semicolon can be. But it's not just about code. You start to understand how computers work. What is a CPU? How does RAM store your data? Why does your phone feel slow when too many apps are open? By the end of the first year, you've written real code. Maybe a simple game. Maybe a calculator. Either way, you've learned how to talk to machines, and they've started to listen. Gear Year 2. Building the skeleton. Enter data structures and algorithms. It's the math of coding. You learn how to store and retrieve data using arrays, linked lists, hash maps. Make your code faster, smarter, leaner. Solve problems like, what's the fastest way to search 1 million names? You'll also get into object-oriented programming, learning to design software like a system of interacting objects, just like how we think about the real world. You'll touch on discrete math, logic gates, and even binary, understanding how every Instagram photo or Spotify song is, at its core, just a string of zeros and ones. By now, you're starting to feel like a builder. You see behind the curtain. Netflix, Google, Uber, all just code, running on servers. Test Tube Year 3. Creating with intelligence. Now comes the magic. You take courses in artificial intelligence, machine learning, a computer vision, a natural language processing. You train machines to recognize faces, to read text, to beat humans at chess, to complete your sentences. Suddenly, your code isn't just following orders, it's learning. You also get into databases and networking, how Facebook stores billions of user profiles, how video calls compress and stream in real time. You build your first big project. Maybe a mobile app. Maybe a game. Maybe a chatbot that writes jokes. This is where it all comes together. Adult Briefcase Year 4. The real world in your final year. You're not just coding, you're solving real-world problems. You take software engineering, how to work in teams, use Git, plan features. Cybersecurity, how to think like a hacker. Capstone project, a full product or system, designed and built from scratch. And then, you specialize. You might focus on web development or robotics, a cloud computing, ethical hacking, game design. You work with professors on research. You intern at a tech company. You push code to GitHub. You finally understand, you're not just learning how to program. You're learning how to think critically, solve complex problems, and build things that people use. Hammer and wrench. What you leave with after 4 years, you walk away with the ability to build apps, automate work, and create digital tools from scratch. Deep understanding of how computers process, store, and communicate data. The foundation to learn any new tech, because technology changes fast. But most importantly, you walk away with power. The power to create what didn't exist before. The power to speak the language of the future. In the next episode, what does it really mean to study business in college? Subscribe, because we're building the blueprint of knowledge, one field at a time.